Greetings, citizens of the internet. I'm Static Buzz, and we're back playing some Star Ocean's
The meteorite likely fell near
The
the
Divine
Shrine.
Force.
It's not very far from the village. Come, this way.
And we're going to find Elena, who finally ended up on the planet. We thought she may have... oh, wow, that's not what I wanted. Thought she might have not made it after the ship at the beginning of the game was attacked. Now, since I'm playing Laeticia, you didn't actually get to see that. But if you go back and you watch my demo run, then you will see it, because you can only play as Raymond in the demo. So it's kind of why I'm playing as Laeticia now, so that we get a different perspective. But anyways, if you're new to the channel, then please consider subscribing and hitting that sub-notification bell so you get updated on all the new videos that
We're all set. Let's hurry over to
get
Elena.
released.
We can leave through the western gate.
If there's anything you want to see me do, anything you like that I'm doing, anything that you don't like that I'm doing, then please leave a comment and let me know. And please feel free to like and share and all that good stuff, as it's all much appreciated. Alright, all that stuff's out of the way. It's all about the game now. Game time, game time. What are you doing, moping around? So she fell into a bad region, I guess, is what Albert said. I don't know what that means exactly, but okay. The secret to charge... Oh, well, I didn't get to see that.
Follow the side road until you reach the shrine. Be quick about it.
Brace for it.
Alright, Midas is an expert in semiomancy, powerful magic that takes time to enchant. How you cover him as he casts is vital to utilizing him. In controlling Midas, you can use VA to keep his casting going while using his barrier or evading in the air to buy more time. If you finish casting during VA rush, semiomancy will instantly trigger after the VA attack. When this activates, it resembles a series of close-range blows mixed in a blindside for greater damage. Ow, I didn't dodge that. Oh, come on. Oh my gosh.
I must catch my breath.
Perilous attack with useless. Low.
Okay. Wait, am I supposed to go that way? Really? Thought she'd be that way. Oh, there's some stuff to smash. I don't know if I did this already or not. I'm doing it again.
Oh, exquisite.
Got some silver out of it. Oh, this is the way that it wouldn't let me go before. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Now I know. Now I know. Is that a chest over there? Why is it red?
Oh, exquisite.
Oh, I did not expect that to actually open. I thought I was going to need a key or something.
The structure in the center is the Galka Shrine. Let's see what awaits us inside.
So, these are weird creatures.
Become my brain!
Everyone all right? Neutralized.
Oh, they even made some weird noises. Yikes.
Oh, exquisite.
I got headphones on and that was pretty weird in my ear. Okay, I see crystals. Can't
Elena
let
could be in trouble.
crystals lay.
Let's go check out that shrine.
Oh, what? How did I not get that? Come on. Oh, well. We're going.
Elena! Son of a... Elena!
Need some assistance? Albert, take the other side. We three ought to suffice.
Oh, did she lose her arm?
Ray,
Status?
right leg and left arm have sustained heavy damage. Neural circuitry offline in both right hand and left leg. Symbo drive is non-functional at the moment. Current power is being supplied from reserve energy source. In maintenance mode, I have, at most, 56 hours remaining. Advanced processing functions are also limited, preventing movement.
Right. How can I help?
Due to depleted energy levels, I will be unable to perform repairs myself. Furthermore, I can no longer salvage the parts I need from this damaged craft.
Crap. So what are we supposed to do?
Take me offline and destroy me. It is imperative that we prevent our technology from falling into the hands of anyone here.
Are you crazy? What kind of captain would I be if I told my crew to start offing themselves? There's another way out of this. I know it.
Of course.
The equipment this life form requires to reconstruct itself can most likely be recovered from your downed escape pod.
Well, you certainly pick very convenient times to start talking.
I speak only when necessary, such is my programming.
And thank you for deciding to pipe up now, because you're absolutely right. My escape pods barely sustained any damage. Think that'd work for you, Elena?
I don't see why not. So long as you can collect enough of what I need. I should be able to restore my motor control systems to previous output levels. Here, this should be everything.
Thanks. You go into maintenance mode. Save your energy best you can. Just keep a comm channel open for me, got it?
Understood.
Ray, I take this to mean we are returning to the site of your ship?
You mind? It's kinda out of the way.
It may be, but we do not mind. We agreed to assist you in the search for your crew, and we intend to honor that agreement.
Wait. Don't know about you guys, but personally, I am super confused. I won't ask you to explain now, but you will tell us what's going on eventually, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You said there was another meteorite not unlike this one, did you not?
Huh? Yeah? Why?
I should like to see it. Therefore, I shall be joining you.
Oh, so now you're interested in what we're up to. How quickly we change our minds.
What did you say?
You're free to come. Glad you want to, honestly. Because your help's gonna be invaluable. You've got tech like nothing I've seen here. I'll sleep easier knowing Elena's got you in the corner.
Oh, I missed
I
it.
could be your soporific.
And you're sure it's okay to leave her here alone?
She will be fine. The villagers will know better than to enter, and I doubt any of the local thieves will make it this far. So it's true, then, that you have another one just like it.
Now, my pod is hidden in the Larkus Weald. It's a little bit of a trek, but one worth taking.
Pod is what it's called, then. Are they different from meteorites?
Well, I guess from down here, they're technically the same. Anyway, I'll explain what they are in more detail later.
We must first return via the route from whence we came. If we are lacking supplies, we may also want to consider stopping in the village of Ada along the way.
No, because we're fast traveling if it lets us. Right to there. Yeah. Fast travel. Let's go. Oh, we got a chest in the middle there. Didn't see that chest before. We have to definitely find that. See if we can get it.
How exquisite. How exquisite.
What is all that noise they're making back there? Wait, so there's a chest over there? Right where the frog is? I did not see a chest, but I guess we'll find out.
Threat neutralized. Usefulness low.
They were fooled to try.
Okay, where is this chest then? Alright, so it's right in front of us? Oh, there it is. How did I miss it?
Exquisite.
Pretty sure I found that when I was in the demo, but each playthrough is a little different.
Usefulness low. Destroy.
Bleed. Now what?
Neutralized.
I don't know how much the Meister is helping us, but
Understood.
so what I realized while I was going after those crystals a little bit earlier is that you can actually control yourself in the air a little bit. Left or right. It's not really great, but you can do it to some degree.
How exquisite.
Alright, is there anything in our way? I don't think so. We should be able to get there. Oh, wait. Now there is stuff in our way. Fun. Yep, cutscene. This is going to be a fight.
Ray, hold a moment. By the looks of it, someone has stolen the march on us.
Friends of yours?
Not sure. I don't think so.
Who's there?
Well, that certainly answers my question.
Yep.
Move it or lose it, jerks!
Here
we don't
go.
have time for this!
If we all work together.
Destroy. Neutralized.
Come on!
Will not be the last.
Destroy. Threat neutralized. Destroy.
They were fooled to try.
Threat neutralized.
No more than you deserve.
Destroy.
Get for messing with us.
Anybody else? Guess not.
Retreat!
Something fishy's going on. How were they able to control the pod like that? Come to think of it, how'd they even figure out it was here in the first place?
Rather than contemplate unanswerable questions, I would advise that you focus instead on the expedient retrieval of the components the android requires.
Hey, Elena, can you hear me?
Yes.
We found the pod. Just tell us what you need and we'll get to cutting.
Understood. First, remove the pilot seat. Behind it, you should find a panel. Open it.
We get to dismantle it. Excellent.
Glad someone's excited.
He's all about
I
tech.
have never seen this level of craftsmanship. What tools could produce anything with such impressive detail?
Uncle Midas, work now, ask later.
Next, I will need you to obtain the parts necessary to replace my Symbo drive unit. This will require the removal of the pod's generator. When it's removed, you will be unable to make any more long-range subspace communications.
Roger that. Let me call my brother real quick then. See if I can't get him to hurry it up a little. Computer, get me Antonio Lawrence.
Unable to establish connection.
What? Fine, then try my dad. Get me Raul Lawrence.
Unable to establish connection. Long-range subspace communication. May be unable to reach the Vergold system at this time.
What the hell?
Ray, listen. So long as you're stranded here, you can't afford to lose your lines of communication. My recovery will have to wait.
Sorry, but my captain's intuition is telling me otherwise. We're getting you patched up, whether you like it or not.
But...
My brother's already on his way, plus Chloe's still out there. And how am I supposed to save her without you, huh? You gotta trust me on this one, okay? Everything will be fine.
Understood. Using the parts you salvaged, you'll need to begin by repairing my circuitry, followed by both my arm and hand. At which point I should be recovered enough to repair the remainder of my body myself. Estimated time until completion, 72 hours.
Okay.
That's about the time I expected it would take. Laeticia, I know this kind of derails things, but you cool to wait around?
Of course. But Albert and I shall make the most of it. There is little doubt that many in the region witnessed the descent of Elena's craft. We will find out what they make of it. And we may discover the identity of those we caught snooping about your ship.
I don't know.
It is not without its dangers, I grant you. But if there are more of those men out there, it may affect Elena's chances at recovery.
That's true, but it's a lot to ask.
Where friends are concerned, it is a trifle.
Count me in too. You guys will need a healer on hand in case Albert's arm starts acting up again, right?
Your company would be a boon indeed. If my suspicions are correct and those men are with the Empire, then we will need all the help we can get.
We will return to the shrine 3 days hence. Elena should be on her feet by then.
Okay.
So, quick question. Who is Ray exactly?
If only I knew.
Wait, so does anyone know who he is?
We know only what he tells us, that he comes from beyond the stars or some such.
Beyond the stars?
I admit, we were hard-pressed to believe it as well, but after all we have borne witness to...
So, is that orb a similar deal? Is it from beyond the stars too?
It was cargo on Ray's ship, although he is just as mystified by it as we are.
So many questions.
And no answers. In any event, the fewer people who know about all of this, the better. To that end, let us find out just how far the rumors of Elena's craft have spread.
Alright, let's jump into our fast travel. Yeah, it looks like we need to go to the next area anyways, or maybe this area? Yep, so I guess we'll just head there. There's only 3 of us now. The other 2 must have headed back to Elena. Which is fine. This area should pose little problem. Oh, come on, pick up the greens. No.
So
No.
exquisite.
So I wonder
Threat
if
detected ahead.
if I was playing Ray, if I would have headed out with the Meister instead of what I'm doing now.
So exquisite.
That is an interesting question. Well, that was the next area, so why couldn't I fast
the closest
travel? I
village
guess?
to the south is Larset. Let us begin our investigation there.
Maybe I looked at the map wrong last time I was in there. Not a big deal. Only took me about a minute to go through that.
You three come from the forest north of here? Then you must have seen that comet. So, stumble on anything out of the ordinary? Anything that might start a fire in the groves?
Everything was perfectly normal, I assure you. May I ask, did you happen to notice from which direction the comet fell?
Looked to me as if it came from the east, toward Delric in that area.
I see. Thank you very much.
Best to expand our search to Delric then. Let's be off.
And Delric is over here. Delric Village, Delric Village. Fast travel, let's go! If I was worried about levels right now, I'd probably be just going through and killing everything as I'm running through.
In a town so large as this,
not too worried
perhaps
about
it would be prudent to narrow our search.
Right then. We have that vineyard family ring we found in Rifle. The family is from Delric here. So
The clinic is up the hill from here, on the opposite side. Do you know the way?
Of course. Let us hope Maester Marcus is in.
pardon us.
Pardon us. Hello, Doctor.
Lady Laeticia, back so soon. Have you met with Midas?
Yes, and he was good enough to tend to Albert's arm. Although, he would not even so much as entertain our other request.
Branches oft bend to a persistent wind. So, how can I help the three of you today?
Got a question for you. Did you hear anything about a strange shooting star recently?
Oh, to be sure. It was quite the sight. Never seen anything like it. It was all anyone could talk about. Little wonder, the way it scored the skies over Rifle.
Oh, great. So the whole western portion of the kingdom saw it?
Which would mean that the people of Rifle had a clear view. We should check in.
I guess we're fast traveling to Rifle. Saves us a lot of time we're running, though. That's for sure. And what does this person have to say?
Oh, don't tell me you three are here for a bet at the infirmary, too.
What are you talking about?
Oh, you're not. Sorry. Got a lot of people here looking for treatment, but the sick beds are just about full up.
Treatment for what?
Beats me. Things are weird, I tell ya. First, there's word that the rot's going around again, then that comet. Nothing but ill omens. Easy to see why everyone's on edge.
I suppose our best bet is to start with Dr. Vanel. He may know more than most.
Alright, I guess we're going to see the doctor again.
Oh, thank the stars.
Whoa, Doc!
You wouldn't believe the number of sick I've been treating. Please, I need your help.
It is quite all right, Nina. The two of us will be fine. Stay and assist Dr. Vanel. We shall return for you later.
Thanks so much, you two. I owe you one.
I'd rather not distract the doctor now. He seems a touch frazzled.
Then mayhaps the townspeople will have something for us.
Mayhaps they will.
Nina will have her hands full with assisting at the...
Looks like they got a big sale on shrimp today.
Without proper...
Let us question those individuals there.
Excuse me.
I'm telling you, I saw it with my own eyes. Yeah, some nasty goblin man came crawling out of that comet. He's what's been spreading this illness, I tell you.
A goblin from a comet?
I find that quite a hard story to swallow.
I was out on the wharf when that thing came down. And then, where there was nothing, poof, this weird-looking fellow popped up. I ain't never seen anyone like him.
Care to describe him?
A horn! He had a horn! And his skin is like twilight, all purpley. Now you try telling me that thing ain't the cause of this plague.
A man with a horn came out of the comet.
All right, that's quite enough out of you. Sorry, been out of work so long, not much to do save drink.
No, it is quite all right.
Channel's meant to open back up any day now. Get us back to sailing. Although these crazy rumors about falling stars and plagues could put an end to those hopes. But really, don't take any of these weird blatherings to heart.
Perhaps we should return to the infirmary.
I knew that's what was gonna happen.
I wonder if Nina is still indisposed. Perhaps we should go to the hospital and check.
Looks like they got a big sale on shrimp
Are
today.
things looking better
Got
here?
a big old gumbo for you.
A bit. Not that I was able to do much. Anyway, learn anything useful?
Only that there is indeed a great deal of talk. At this juncture, I believe it is safe to say that the whole western half of the kingdom is aware of the comet.
And considering the interest around it, more people may yet try to investigate the crash site. We must move Elena from the shrine as soon as possible. I fear we do not have long.
That settles it. Back to her pod we go.
Yes, indeed. I actually would have moved her before we went out and about. Oh man, I can't. Okay, maybe if I go out of town?
To get to the Galka Shrine, we had to cross the Larkus region into the Delvir region again.
A significant journey indeed. We should make certain we are properly prepared.
We are, but if it forces us to do that, then that means there's going to be some encounter on the way there, and we better be prepared for that. So let's say we don't want to have to do all that stuff again. And then we'll try to fast travel once again now that we're out here. But yeah, we can't. I kind of figured there was going to be some kind of encounter. What it is, who knows? We're going to find out in 100 meters. Ooh, I didn't see that stuff before.
Begging your pardon, but where are you off to?
Delric. And you, sir? Are you a wayfarer?
Oh, something like that. Heard about an odd shooting star in these parts and came to see for myself. You lot seem to have a marked interest in it as well, by the sounds of it.
What?
Couldn't help but notice that orb of yours. Quite a rare specimen. Piqued my curiosity, you see. Enough of this beating around the bush, then. Are you here to retrieve us? Are you here to take us back?
Forgive me, but I do not take your meaning.
I see. Just my luck. And yours is not any better, it seems.
Warning, warning. Hostile intent detected.
Alright, here we go.
That skin, that horn, the rumors were true.
Really hate to do this, but one has to do what one has to do.
Promise to prepare yourselves for battle.
Remain close, Highness.
See you not yet.
Go. Accelerate. Neutralized.
Cut them to ribbons.
You'll not be the last.
Is that the best you can do? No of a might.
Here you go.
Is that the best you can do?
Assault.
Bleed.
Acceleration.
Well, didn't know it was capable of that.
And we have only just begun.
Prepare yourself. I cannot.
Assault. Warning. Energy levels low.
So elegant.
Aren't you a tricky bunch?
I'll take that as a compliment.
Insufficient output.
On your medal today, Highness.
Here I am.
I give you this last chance to flee.
Flee? Don't be ridiculous. I want to see more of your tricks.
Warning. Energy levels
Is that
low.
the best you can do?
Fly!
Bleed.
Feel free to cut them to ribbons.
Recommending fire suppression. Acceleration.
Burn me,
Go on.
Bleed.
Is that the best you can do?
Assault.
I have to know the reason why you're here. Mind filling me in?
You first. Bleed.
Sheesh.
You wanna die?
Oh, ow. Ow.
I got you.
Is that the best you can do?
Insufficient output.
Is that the best you can do?
Bleed.
Like this.
External temperature rising.
Let's get reckless.
You disgust me.
Acceleration. Warning. Energy levels
Is that the
low.
best you can do? You wanna die so badly.
Bleed.
Should I hold back a little for you?
Assault.
On your medal today, Highness.
Bleed.
Live to fight
That's all
another
yours.
day.
Oh, that was a long fight. Sorry I wasn't talking much, but I was concentrating because that guy was...
Here I thought you would just
Gonna
roll over
take
and
me out
die. It
if I
seems we'll
wasn't
have to
careful.
pick this up another time.
Attempt to flee, and you will find out just how fast and painful my chakram are.
Easy there. We'll most likely see each other again soon. But until then, I'll leave the falling star to you.
Hold there! Blast it! Of all the times!
Albert! We must return to the others with all haste. They need to know of this.
But was I right? I was right. There was an encounter. I knew there would be. Oh wait, fast travel. Let's go. Phew.
I don't like the look of them.
We've nothing to fear.
We shall prevail.
No, I cannot.
Day is out.
We live to fight another day.
We've the upper hand now.
Oh wait, what are these guys?
Initiate emergency protocols.
More than you deserve. Had I only trained harder.
Oh, that's Nina that's down. That's not good.
Prepare yourself. Here I am.
I grow yet stronger.
Keep up. Bleed.
Insufficient output. Chance of survival dropping. Unable to continue combat.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, get it.
That was weird.
Oh wait, she went right down after that?
Destroyed. Danger. Threat neutralized.
Prepare yourself. Guess for messing with us.
Okay, maybe I do need to grind a little bit and get some levels, because that was a little more brutal than it needed to be. If there's any more fighting going on, we're going to be...
Ray, we have returned with ill tidings.
Huh? Are you okay? You look terrible.
Blame the weirdo who tried to bust in and destroy Elena before her repairs were done. What? With some giant purple-skinned asshole. Who the hell are the people on this rock with horns growing out of their heads?
You guys ran into one too.
I would hardly call our foe a giant, but he most certainly had the skin and horn you describe.
Think our days of taking it slow and steady are behind us.
Perhaps, but for now, you should sleep. You may not have another chance for a while. And you look ready to keel over. We shall stand watch for you. We are more than capable. Please, rest while you can.
Yeah, that might be a good idea, actually. Alright. You guys mind waking Midas up before I...
Good night, Ray.
Ray? Ray? It's time to get up. You're awake, finally.
Morning to you too. How are you feeling?
Self-repairs are ongoing, but I'm at least able to operate at 70% capacity. I can move just fine now.
Ah, I slept through your first steps. Some captain I am.
Midas was there for me, in your stead.
Oh yeah? Thanks, man.
Nonsense. Any doctor or inventor would do the same.
Now that I've recovered, I can assist you. So, Captain, status report.
Chloe's down here. Likely on the other side of the kingdom. We're gonna find her. Laeticia and the others have promised to help us out, thankfully. Thing is, I kinda had to promise them something in return. That I'd help cajole Midas into returning with them to the capital.
Your efforts on that front will be in vain.
Midas. Should my system see a marked drop in performance, for some reason or another, it would be helpful to have someone familiar with my schematics besides Ray nearby. That way, any problems that arise could be quickly dealt with.
And if I say no?
Then we would bid you farewell, and that would be that. Were I to require help on my journey, I would seek out a local semiomancer or engineer.
Enough, I'm coming. I've Albert's arm to consider after all.
You will?
But I'm only accompanying you lot for purely semiomantic reasons. I reserve the right to leave whensoever I wish.
Appreciate it.
Now, as for Chloe, any idea on how to begin our search?
We have heard from reliable sources that Rythel's ports are meant to reopen in due course. And the quickest way to the easterly lands is by ship through the channel.
Sounds like a plan. Come on, we got a boat with our name on it.
Alright, so now we gotta go check our party. Did Elena join us? She did. And she's level 21, which means I should be level 21 right now, and I'm not. Alright, I'm gonna have to do some grinding. I'm not gonna make you sit through that while I do that. So, let's get her all fancied up. See, now I'm sure all my stuff is dropped off at this point. Alright, and what is her deal anyway? She is... Wow, she's pretty beefy in all categories, so I'm not really sure what to do with her at this point, but we'll find something. Yeah, I think we'll give her the tri-emblem. This is Midas, who's going to be riding the bench. This is Raymond. He's definitely in the thick of things for us. Actually, that is pretty good for him because he's always up in the thick of things. So we'll do that with him. We'll give him that one. All right, this is... Who is this? Nina. So she was going to be the... Give me the boost on my drops. And then we're gonna go with... She's already set up. Even though this ring is kind of piddly compared to everything else. So let's see if we can set her up with something else. 5% attack. We could extend her dodge. Let's see if that does anything worth a dang. Alright, now that we've done that, let's go. Let's Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Dang it. Who is this again? This is Elena. I gave her that. I wanted to go here, change the party, change him out for her. Then it's time to do some skilling. Let's see what her skill tree looks like. Alright. Let's check her chain combo, see what she's got here. She's got Gladiator. Wow, that looks pretty impressive. Bullet Hunter and Gunner. So what skill is she gonna need? Attack and intelligence? Guts is not as high. Not sure. Let's look for some. Ooh, she can absorb their buffs. Alright, we definitely want to go that route. Where's the... There it is. Alright, so let's go... Attack. Give her this. Down here. Wonder if you can get like everything in this skill tree. Oh, look at all these resistance she has over here. Holy moly. I could just make her like a resist. Well, I guess it's only 10, but still. Oh, I gotta do the defense one first. I was like, I have more than enough SP. Alright, so now the question is where we want to go from here. It's not really great. Not really great. At this point, we might want to go down here a little bit. Not that I want to forego defense, because we saw what happened when we didn't have any defense going on. So let's make sure we don't neglect that. Okay, what is this? Oof. Ooh, that's kind of nice. I'm going to look at what do we gain here. We got a whip. What is this one? Turns weapon into a meta fist. Ooh! Ooh! That looked dangerous. Oh, we giving her that. I want to see that going off on the battlefield. Alright, we still have 377. And I don't really care for that too much. These are all hundreds. Alright, we'll go ahead and grab one of those. It won't hurt. Then this. Oh, sorry about that. Set up her passive. Set them up. Then we need to go to chain combos, and we're gonna add some of these. Yeah, that Fist of Fury, we're definitely adding that. And she's got Bullet Hunter. What does Tamer do? Well, that's the whip. We'll throw it in there for good measure. Why not? Yeah, we definitely don't have anything better to give her. I am excited to see what she does, but we will wait. Can we go here and... What is her main attack? The Gladiator and then the Bullet Hunter. Oops, nope. Here we go. Gladiator.
Reporting newly identified prowess.
Alright, when we come back, we will be headed...
I'll handle this.
I'm going to go to that crystal. I want to see what that crystal is. I'm definitely going to save before I do it. I don't want to save right now. We're going to end this episode right here, though. We're almost at the 55-minute mark, and that's way past what I like to go. So anyways, until next episode, take care. Bye-bye now. Static Buzz out.